Hey guys, it's Coach KJ, and I'm here with Christy Jagdfeld, and she is with Brain Inflammation Collaborative, the Brain Inflammation Collaborative. And so I've been talking to Christy. She's been working with mental health for over 14 years. She has a wealth of knowledge. She's just started a new organization, and I'm really excited. So, Christy, I just want to say, first of all, thank you for joining me today, and thank you for joining me the third Sunday of July.
Oh, it's so great to be here, Kelly. I'm very excited to share my family's journey and all of the things that we've gone through and why I started the Brain Inflammation Collaborative. It plays a very integral part in that.
Yes, but today we're only giving you a little tidbit. We're not going to give you everything. So today what we want to do is we want to talk about dysautonomia. And dysautonomia is a diagnosis that Christy has worked very closely with. Please forgive me. Has worked very closely with, and she's going to share a little bit of insight with us on what it. So what is it? What is it?
So dysautonomia is a dysfunction. So that's the dys part, dysfunction of your autonomic nervous system. And your autonomic nervous system controls all the automatic parts of what your body does, like digestion or heart rate or body temperature regulation, being able to sleep, your kidney function, all of the things that you take for granted and don't think about because your body does it automatically. This various states of dysfunction can occur at any time.
Wow, wow. And so as you were learning about dysautonomia with your daughter, I'm just wondering, it's not something that we hear about every day, right? We hear about kidney function, malfunction, or those other things that you mentioned along the way. But what are some of the misdiagnoses you may have heard along the way?
Yeah, so dizziness. A lot of people that have dysautonomia, your body's not able to regulate your heart rate and your blood pressure. And so you have dizziness or lightheadedness, and it causes a lot of nausea. So you don't eat. You may be misdiagnosed with anorexia, but really you're just nauseous.
Wow.
Don't eat much. And that was one of the things that happened with my daughter. And we couldn't convince them that she wasn't eating good on purpose. She just really didn't feel like eating.
Wow. And so that falls into another branch of like mental health, like, being treated for that, like trying to get her to start eating and why is she eating and why is she depressed and why are all these other kind of things. So all these misperceptions can be surrounded by someone not fully understanding what
Very
dysautonomia
much
is.
so. We
Yeah.
had a doctor appointment where I told my daughter that we needed to just answer all of the questions and leave because I could tell they were trying to find out if I was not feeding her enough on purpose or if there was more going on in the background of why she needed to eat more. So very much people can get in situations where if somebody isn't well versed in it or know what's going on, you could be separated for not taking care of your child.
Oh, let me just tell you something. One of the craziest things is that 87%, 87% of individuals with a special need have parents who are divorced. 80% of individuals with autism have parents that are divorced. So the stressors of trying to navigate through the mental health system, the education system, the social work system, all the other different things, the stressors, one parent's opinion, another parent's opinion, it puts a lot of stress on a marriage, a lot of stress on the kids. And so sometimes when clinicians see a child, they're seeing more than just the child. Do you know what I mean? They've seen 87% of cases like this. They've seen 80% of the cases like this. So it might be a little bit easier for them to overestimate and automatically think that there's some other challenge in the house versus digging deeper
And
to,
I think that falls into a lot of the chronic illnesses that we're looking at, and including dysautonomia, where a lot of it seems to be in the patient's head. So it's difficult to get a non-believing parent to believe that, and then pretty soon it just becomes an argument. And the number of divorces, and I don't know the statistics on it, but just with people that I know from being in different support groups, that is absolutely a thing of one not believing and one knowing that there is something that they need to find an answer to.
I'll put the link for the divorce rate in this podcast in the description. for you so
Yep.
that you can have it on hand. So, but listen, Christy has so much information. And just one quick question. How long was your journey to get to the right diagnosis, or how many misdiagnoses did you get to dysautonomia?
We probably, I'm a pretty savvy Google, and I don't give up. And I stayed up many, many late nights. So I think that we were a little bit lucky, but it was at least a year of Googling. And I came up with the diagnosis after talking to many different doctors who said, no, that's not it. It only impacts old people. Or, there were so many naysayers that wouldn't even listen to what we had to say. But I actually came across somebody's blog that was a huge help in finding the diagnosis and realizing that we were very close and that we couldn't give up.
Yeah. And you know what? It's your research, but it's also being in that community that supports it. Because guess what? You may have found out, prior to a year, but if you're going to clinicians or if you're going to educators or if you're going to people in the community who are not ready to receive this adequate information, it still creates a roadblock. So you're very fortunate that you were in a community or an environment that was ready for the insight and the knowledge that you provided. So once again, we want to hear more about you. So I know you got more. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I know it's burning. You're ready to share it. But if you share it now, then people may not tune in on Sunday when we have you tell the entire story with Dr. Valentina. So once again, Christy, I just want to say thank you so much for what you're doing right now. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for just all that you're doing, because what you're saying, what you're doing is going to provide hope and opportunities for more children.
Thank you so much, Kellye.
No problem. I look forward to talking to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.